and gentlemen, welcome to yet another action-packed episode of the Dark Match. As always, I am your Fox friend Backlash, giving as much of a shit as I possibly could for the product of WWE. Joining me tonight are...
Back from the dead, Revolver Man.
I'm Christopher Says DarkMatch is Mastodon of the Monotone, and apparently I will never catch up with Backlash.
And live from the Commonwealth in 2022 or something, I don't know. It's me, Iron Bite Dash.
Yeah,
and
we just failed at Fallout.
Yeah, we did. And here's what's the Iron Sheik tweeting now. Tony Romo, get the fuck up, jabroni! I love it. I really do. I love it when Tony Romo goes down.
I'm kind of glad you brought up Fallout, though, because I can't play that game. Every time I try to, I just go around. Because I live in Boston, I go around like, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. That's really fucking wrong.
That reminds me, I'm watching a Let's Play of Watch Dogs, and one of the Let's Players is from Chicago. And apparently they got nothing but wrongness in that.
Well, here's
yeah, but I walk out to the Boston comments and I'm like, what the fuck? It's supposed to be 10 times bigger than this.
Well, here's how
I'm so glad.
I used to work at a GameStop down that road. Where is it? It's not called Boston Airport. It's called Logan Airport. Get it right.
Hey, Divergent Worlds. It's not been the same since the 50s in the Fallout universe.
This is true. However, there should still be a fucking GameStop.
Why didn't you have an Italian accent for that?
I don't know. It's Survivor Series.
Yeah, I prefer just keep talking about Fallout 4 rather than Survivor Series, though.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't even have a computer that can play it, let alone actually have it.
Could we also talk about Bloodborne? I just started playing that.
Oh.
That's a good game, too. I've been watching Team 4-Star play it.
Oh, those are games that I don't like anymore because fans have overhyped it.
No, I agree with you, number one. I will say that I'm not a huge fan of the Souls series, and you could throw all your get good memes at me all you want.
Right. And I'm not going to, but...
I don't want to fucking make the effort. But
Yeah.
Bloodborne is up my alley as far as aesthetic goes. That's my motivation.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's a better London than Syndicate.
That's true. So Survivor Series happened a week ago.
Yeah,
And,
it took us a while to get to this because, well, A, the holidays, and B, yeah.
Holidays. We're just going to say holidays.
That could sum up WWE for the past 6 months.
Yeah, and now they're even going with the fact that Seth Rollins is out, and he's not coming back for another, 6 months.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
And now Cesaro's out for at least 9 months.
Well, here's the thing about Seth Rollins, and you may call me dark about this, but remember when post-WrestleMania, after having his big moment, winning the undisputed WWE Heavyweight Championship, Daniel Bryan gets injured, and then news later gets out that he was supposed to be the one in SummerSlam getting the shit kicked out of him by Brock Lesnar, almost as a way of saying, see, no, never going to happen. Nope, he's never the guy. Like, now you don't at least get to see Seth Rollins lose his title by having Roman Reigns pin him in oh wait, it won't be 9 minutes and it's not a tournament. Either way.
So getting back to Cesaro for a second. Yeah, he's out with a rotator cuff injury,
Which he was wrestling with for 2 months?
Yeah, so bless his soul. But
of course, from what I heard, sorry to interrupt you, is that it wasn't like he was crippling in pain. He didn't think it was anything major. Fucking what is the pain tolerance of this dude?
I've been watching on YouTube this guy who does a series called Spots That Make Me Go Holy Shit. Cesaro once did a 100 rotation swing.
Why?
I
After
have
50,
no
what
clue.
more can be done?
I don't know. Oh, by the way, Daniel Bryan was in this too. So,
of course.
So this was like.
Oh yeah, he did the airplane spin. Yeah.
No. He was
he
part of the match.
legitimately trying to take off?
I guess so. It was It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and I got dizzy from watching it. So Cesaro is a complete beast.
Oh, he has genetically engineered inner ears to do that shit.
Yeah,
Because
he
I
is.
after 15, I would be fucking throwing up, miserable, laying on the ground, waiting the world to stop moving.
Yeah,
I
he
bring
is
this
all
up.
kinds of amazing that will never go appreciated by WWE, but that's for later.
I bring this up because on the pre-show, he was supposed to be part of one of two traditional Survivor Series elimination matches. They replaced him with Titus O'Neil.
I don't like that you say that because there's nothing wrong with Titus O'Neil.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that it's who else is in this match that makes me kind of mad. The pre-show traditional Survivor Series elimination match, which, by the way, a lot of people missed due to technical difficulties, was The Miz, Bo Dallas, Stardust, Connor and Victor.
Oh, the
versus-
Ascension!
Yeah, versus Neville, the Dudley Boys, Titus O'Neil, and Goldust.
I mean, I would assume that it doesn't matter too much to Bubba and Devon because they're getting their paycheck, but like, I wonder how they feel about being the pre-show match
Here's another thing.
with like their sort of
Better than
status as a
TNA.
returning veteran legend tag team.
Here's another thing, though. The Dudley Boys are kind of feuding with the New Day right now. The New Day will be on the main show traditional Survivor Series match. WWE, what the fuck?
Was
What?
this booked the... we'll actually get to the booking the day of the show.
I have to think that they booked this the day before.
Probably.
Because I admit I don't really watch Raw. I just watch parts of it nowadays, because who the fuck can watch Raw? Was there any Survivor Series built?
Nope.
Because as far as I know, there wasn't anything planned, and then they just had them because, well, let's get people on the show, I guess. Which
No, there was no plan. In fact, the traditional Survivor Series match for Survivor Series was listed as participants to be determined.
Yeah,
that's
WWE doesn't give a fuck anymore. It's like people will just buy the tickets anyways.
No.
We don't.
Backlash. WWE gives a lot of a shit. That's what scares me.
Yeah.
How do you figure?
Jumping ahead, everything that's been done with Roman Reigns has been to get him over. This is their maximum effort. They're not trying to bury him. They're trying to get him over, and this is what we're seeing. WWE is trying, and this is what we get.
Unfortunately, their form of trying is tunnel vision.
Yeah. They're trying so hard that Vince is like, am I wrong? No. It's the kids who are wrong.
Yeah, you're right about that. But again, I'll talk about it later. But
Yeah.
I don't
Talk
really
about,
have much to say about this match. It happened.
It was a filler match. This is the very definition of filler. It's like WrestleMania's like 60-man over-the-top battle royal pre-shows they used to do, just so everybody could get a WrestleMania payoff, which I would think, why don't you just book a proper match and just give those people who aren't in it money anyway? But there's me bringing logic into the situation.
Nope, that's not allowed.
Yeah, logic. So, yeah, the sole survivors, which, is just basically the majority of the team except for Neville.
Oh,
are they...
Gravity may have forgot him, but WWE booking did not.
Well, yeah, never mind the absurdity of the term Soul Survivor in the first place.
Yeah, we have 4 Soul Survivors.
That's not exactly the sole survivors there. Never mind.
WWE and English have a passing relationship, I guess.
Of course, C-O-R-R-E.
So before we start
off... Oh, fuck, that took me a second.
Feldman or Haynes?
Before we start the show proper, we have a little interview with Tyler Breeze in the social media lounge. Yeah, I'm sorry, Tyler. You've been called up. enjoy this time for what it is, because afterwards you're being fed to somebody. And then forgotten on Superstars.
Oh boy. Again, I'll get to it later.
Yeah. So as we open the show, it's Lillian Garcia singing the national anthem. The crowd chanting USA because, well, reasons. And
Bullshit reasons.
well, there was reasons, but then we open the show with Roman Reigns versus the Mex America champion Alberto Del Rio.
And
Are you really happy you came back, Alberto? Was it worth it? Was it really worth it?
who the hell knows? I guess the money's good enough.
Well,
It'll be a theme.
If you follow the dirt
Well,
sheets, you don't even know if the money is, because there's conflicting stories on that.
Well, I don't
Holy
know.
shit.
Maybe when he came back, he thought it was going to be like when they first brought him on, and Vince thought he was going to be the next big superstar. But again, they've got tunnel vision on Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm. And so, needless to say, since this is Reigns versus Del Rio, guess who wins?
You know what? Even though I see the booking a mile away, this wasn't a bad match.
Well, no, because Del Rio has talent, and I do think Reigns is a bit underrated as a worker.
Yeah.
What was it that was it Bret Hart or was it Heyman who said 7 out of 10 booked as a 9 out of 10, so he looks like a 4 out of 10?
You know what? I'll take your word for that.
Because that's what I think is going on with Reigns right now. People think he's mediocre because he isn't the talent of his push.
And to be honest, all right, Roman Reigns works best as the guy who comes out and hits you as hard as you can. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, when he just sits there as a punching bag, he's the best.
Yeah. When Roman Reigns is taking a beating, it is one of the best things I've ever seen, because he sells it, and then he immediately gets back and goes, you got another in you? It's the exact opposite problem that Brock Lesnar has of, I'm supposed to be selling, right? Nah, I don't feel like it. I'm not getting paid enough to sell. Roman Reigns just goes in there, well, let me take the beating, and I'm having the time of my life right now. I loved it at WrestleMania. Everything that Brock Lesnar hit him with, and he was just like, all right, let me have some more. Fuck you, JBL. It's not Samoan pride. It's somebody having fun. But again, I like it when Roman Reigns is getting his ass kicked and then comes back with an ass kicking of his own.
Yeah, Roman Reigns. I've always said the problem with him was that they're just trying to force him into the main event way too fast. It's like they skip all the build-up.
The visibility of the machine.
They skip the part where the crowd gets behind him and just says, "Oh, you like this guy now, okay? Chant."
Yeah,
No.
essentially,
Vince really thinks he can just decide what people will like.
The thing is, he's thought that for years, and it's never worked. Let's go back another time to one of Vince's fetishes, Bobby Lashley. Remember when ECW was booked purely to get Lashley over, and how much success that was?
Yeah.
To an extent, I would also say the same about someone like Jack Swagger, who has shown significantly over the years that the crowd just doesn't care about him. Either that or he doesn't give it his all. Like, I don't think he's a bad performer.
Well,
but the crowd just doesn't care. And now he's challenging for the U.S. title again. Depending on how that'll look.
Perhaps this is a comment on his talent, but I did know that people actually took notice of him when he was just basically being 2000 Kurt Angle. Remember when he first won the title and he was doing those weird, goofy things where he had like all his trophies out on the stage or something like that?
Yeah.
When he was doing like the Kurt Angle shtick? People liked that.
They just trashed it like as soon as like there was like a single criticism or as soon as they got bored.
Yeah, it's Vince's OCD.
I'm in touch with the fans. I know how to get them behind somebody. Watch this, Hunter. I can do this. It's awesome. Why aren't they? No, I'm not wrong. It's them who is wrong. Meanwhile, Triple H is like, Yeah, you do that, Pops. All right, so Bailey is going to be taking on
Okay. Yeah, but again, I keep saying this. I'll get to that later.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Later's gonna be fun.
Yeah, later's going to be a lot of fun. So again, this was a good match. Roman Reigns wins because tunnel vision. Major tunnel vision
Yeah.
on behalf of the WWE.
Pretty much.
So we go backstage, and Roman Reigns is like, "Well, let me do this very awkward with JoJo." Thank God Dean Ambrose appears, and Reigns is like, "Oh, good, I can actually have a normal conversation instead of delivering these lines because they." Oh, good, Kevin Owens, you're here. Please, take over for me. Thank God somebody
Yeah,
competent.
this was legitimately like Roman can't do our scripted bullshit, so we'll just plug in people who can or whatever. Either it's talking or scripting or whatever. So Roman doesn't have to.
And the look of relief on his face, you could see it was like, oh my God. Thank you for getting me out of this.
And this this is going to be your next Cena, eh, Vince? A person who legitimately wants to avoid talking to people.
Well, here's the thing. Roman Reigns might not be able to cut a promo like John Cena because John Cena can go out there for 15 minutes and get the crowd behind him. Roman Reigns does not have that skill and knows he doesn't have that skill. If you keep him to like 5-minute promos where he's just, not like not with something super scripted, he's fine.
Well, the problem is that you see this a lot when WWE is trying to build the next star after the previous one has decided that its time's up. Because if you see it, remember when Lex Luger was going to be the next Hulk Hogan? Remember when Randy Orton was going to be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Now Roman Reigns is going to be the next Cena, despite the fact that if the first star is waning, it's probably because the people want to see something different.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's also similar in a sense to what they were doing for a number of years until they started signing more capable female wrestlers. Is they were trying to recreate Trish Stratus by saying like we could turn I hate to say shit into gold, like that's highly judgmental, but we can turn
Trish
someone
herself will say she had no talent when she started.
Yeah, Trish herself is on that one, is that way.
Well, no talent or just untrained.
Yeah,
is what I mean.
I guess no talent's a bit harsh, but yeah, she wasn't a wrestler when she arrived. She will admit that herself.
Yeah,
she worked hard. She got a hell of a lot better with all the opportunities that they were giving her.
Well, there's
now it's just backwards.
There's a big difference between having no talent and having no potential.
Yeah, that's a good term.
I'm sorry, it's never gonna work. Stop trying to make her a thing. Honestly, I swear to God, stop it, Vince. I don't know what she has over you, but no amount of training with the Brian Kendrick is going to actually get her talent. Let's talk about a decent match that deserves our attention. Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose.
Probably match of the night.
Yeah, easily match of the night.
Safe to say.
And just because Kevin Owens knows how to work the crowd. Good Lord, that man is loud.
Man, maybe working in, these tiny 100, 150, 100 people arenas helps you learn how to interact with people.
Who'd have thunk it, Vince? But Owens, good Lord. I've actually been watching some of his earlier stuff. I really would love for him to break out the package power bomb.
Oh,
I know it's never probably going to happen, but it would look so much better than.
I guess I can't say that because they let Cena and Punk, back when Punk was still around, bust out the pile driver.
They didn't let they were fine for that apparently.
Oh,
so it's still the case that anyone not performing under the name The Undertaker or Kane will
Yeah,
be able to do any sort of pile driver. So
Yeah, but
I
remember when the
understand.
crowd reacted big to it?
Yeah,
I
I mean,
it just
I just remember Michael Cole stumbling over himself trying to figure out what to call that because he knew he couldn't say pile driver.
yeah.
That DDT through the legs like
and
maneuver.
Punk with that DDT move.
Really, Michael? Really?
Hey, that was not Michael's fault. He knew the move. He just wasn't allowed to say it.
Yeah, I know. But it was still funny.
Yes. In fact, you know what? That can sum up WWE right now. For a majority of the cases, it's not their fault. It's WWE.
Yeah, but yeah, this was actually decent match. There was psychology. Owens was definitely going, is this really the man? Is this really the man? And commentary wasn't completely getting on my tits as it usually does. But
you're a braver man than I. I usually just mute the network now.
I kind of wish you could choose which audio channels that you can listen to, because if I didn't have to listen to commentary, I'd be happy. But again, they weren't like
WWE wants me to make me learn Spanish, I guess.
Yeah. Again, was it a bad match? Ambrose, dude, you work for the WWE. You can afford more than one T-shirt per night. Because that thing got ripped up. Oh my god!
It sells that they should have been exhausted for the last match, but
yeah, we'll get into that during the last match. But Owens is like yelling at everybody to tell Ambrose to just stay down, and it's great because you can tell that there's the story. There's somebody who's a competent storyteller, getting frustrated with the fact that nothing he does works.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what am I gonna do? Well, let me counter the rebound clothesline with 2 super kicks, and then there's Dirty Deeds for the win. Yeah. And now the match is set. It's Ambrose versus Reigns. And Ambrose ain't winning.
Yeah. Well, no. There was a popular theory is that Ambrose would turn to win, and that's what the feud would be.
Yeah, that was the popular theory. What I wanted to happen was Reigns turning heel to win.
Yeah,
like have like a WrestleMania X7 like moment, like that would have catered to the naysayers. And
again, we'll get into it when we get to the show, but we could go on a lot of tangents about that.
Yeah,
However, we get a package for Move Over New Stars. Oh, I'm sorry, The Undertaker.
25 years. Oh my God, it's been 25 years.
I remember when they were making a big deal about the Decade of Destruction. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Like, back then it was like, holy shit, he's still wrestling?
Oh my God, I mean, he's only 30.
Goddamn, we're old.
Yeah, no.
Not as old as The Undertaker, though.
Yeah, no. So, we have our traditional Survivor Series elimination match number 2, Ryback, the Lucha Dragons, and the Usos versus Sheamus, King Barrett, and the always hilarious Unicorn Herd.
What?
The New Day.
What?
They're a herd of unicorns.
Because...
Oh, you don't know?
I guess not.
Oh, at Night of Champions.
Your ass better call somebody.
Yeah, they're at Night of Champions. They started putting up unicorn horns because they're unicorns, precious.
Because unicorns are magical. Yeah.
And the New Day is magical.
Okay, I was going to a completely different place with that. Because I was thinking more that they're black people getting a push in WWE, and that's like a unicorn.
That's actually probably what it is. It's just
I kind of regret missing Night of Champions.
It's just that nobody else in the WWE realizes that Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E are making fun of upper management.
Oh, how they get away with half the stuff they do, I don't know.
Yeah. The pre-match promo from your two-time tag team champions, the New Day, by the way, was just all kinds of awesome. And Xavier Woods' hair. That glorious mane.
I'm kind of sad that with the Creed movie coming out, he hasn't dropped references to his TNA gimmick.
I don't think he's allowed.
Do you even think he wants to recall his time as Consequences Creed?
Consequences Creed wasn't a bad gimmick.
Okay, it wasn't. I did like it when he was teaming with Jay Lethal and they were Lethal Consequences.
Yeah, like, putting aside that, you know, he probably doesn't want to remember TNA in general, Consequences Creed wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't. The beginning of this match, by the way, was just hilarious because Woods is like, I don't want you to do not touch my hair. Don't touch the do. And what does Jimmy Uso keep trying? He tries to touch the do. Guys, just so you know, nobody messes with the do.
Was that a reference to Undercover Brother, of all things?
I will slap you. That was Ace Ventura 2.
Oh.
Pet Detective.
I've only ever seen Ace Ventura 1.
Well, that's okay. That's most people. Jim Carrey doesn't do a lot of sequels for a reason.
I do like the fact that he said he's willing to do Dumb and Dumber 3 if they both reach 80.
I'd watch that.
I would absolutely watch
that.
I
was okay with the Dumb and Dumber sequel, okay? That was all right. It was about the best we could have expected.
Yeah.
Which one? The proper one or that?
The proper one, not the shitty prequel.
Okay. You got to clarify these things.
I thought that went without saying. Come on, man.
All right. Mea culpa.
Back to the match. Yeah, Xavier Woods do only exist to get messed up, and honestly, I'm gonna say at the beginning of this match was kind of awesome because you had people flying everywhere. You had the Lucha Dragons and the Usos doing what they do best, and then out of nowhere, here comes the Hinden Ryback. Yeah, I know what I just said. The Hinden Ryback crashes on everyone.
Yeah, you did skip over the part where apparently the Brit and the Irishman are completely uncool compared to everyone else.
Oh yes, the beginning of the beginning of the match, the Sheamus tries to get in on the New Day shtick, if for want of a better word, and yeah, it's like, dude, we discussed this. Let us talk, please. Don't ever get on the mic. We're not getting jiggy with it.
Remember that geekiness, by the way.
And then they get jiggy with it. It's like the New Day is the best part of the WWE tag team scene right now.
Do they still think they're heels?
Yes. Yes, they do. Oh, and it's like, yeah.
Remember how you got pushed by being over?
Yeah, now you get pushed when Vince thinks you're cool. Wow. Our first elimination, by the way, is Sin Cara eliminating King Barrett.
The state of Wade Barrett.
Hey, remember when the King of the Ring gimmick was actually supposed to get you over with the crowd?
Oh my God! What?
Blame that on Sheamus too.
No, I blame that on Kevin Dunn.
Yeah.
I do not understand this. It's like Money in the Bank where...
Well, Revolver Man. Sheamus is the one with the accent.
Again, like I was about to say, it's like with Money in the Bank where they just... As soon as you get an accolade, they just...
Yeah, they shit all over you. I'm gonna say this. I love the Lucha Dragons. They are quite possibly one of the most entertaining pair of guys under masks, and I want the Sin Cara mask he was wearing at Survivor Series.
And hey,
Oh,
wouldn't you know it, they could cut promos too. So
I know, it's
could
amazing.
Yeah,
they could bite back with the New Day, but
it,
they
it,
don't really get time to do that.
it's nice that they learn that. Oh man, maybe they should have the people speak, or learn English. But then that actually wasn't WWE's fault.
No. So yeah, Sin Cara 2 gets a hold of Kofi Kingston, and then here comes Kalisto. And where the hell did Kalisto come from? Because I've only seen a little bit of him, and every time I see him, it's like, God damn, you little Rey Mysterio wannabe.
Yeah. Samurai Del Sol, as he was known on the Indies, and they're really underutilizing him. Like they do have a potential talent going here. My hope is that they actually give him some part in the Royal Rumble to show off his shit, but I highly doubt they will if the Royal Rumble is as booked as it was in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
and the rumors about the Royal Rumble again are fun.
yeah.
Don't Reigns, right? Don't tell me.
It's always going to be Reigns. So after
Like-
Sheamus,
Oh, wait, again, back when we get to his match. Go on.
after Sheamus, the Sheamus thing gets in, tags himself in from Big E because, yeah, Big E, he kicks Sin Cara's head off and sends him to the back, and then it's like Sheamus and Big E are like having words, and then here comes the big guy, and it's Ryback, who just beats up everybody. And then the Usos managed to take out Big E. And Woods and Kofi are saying he's injured. And they essentially abandon Sheamus and leave him on his own.
I like that booking. That's
Yeah.
I was not interested in this match at all because there's nothing at stake, but god damn does the New Day make this entertaining.
They do. And once they leave, I'm like, so either Sheamus is going to go 3-on-1 or... Oh, never mind. They're just having him get the shit beat out of him. All right, never mind. And, Sheamus loses. Your sole survivors, which makes no sense to me, is Ryback, Jimmy Uso, and Kalisto.
which is
No, let's
kind
face
of
it, Soul Survivor is Ryback. That's what they were going for.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh, by the way, after the matches, as they're celebrating, Ryback and Jimmy Uso almost dump Kalisto on his head.
you can't teach talent.
No, you can't. Next up, by the way, is Paige versus Charlotte for the WWE Divas title.
Oh my god.
The story is
How
shit.
the hell are the Divas worse now that they're actually focusing on them?
Hold on. The story is shit. The action is actually pretty good.
Well, yes, because they have talent, but
Well,
it doesn't get over the fact that this is starting to reach fucking Katie Vick levels for me.
Really, I'd like you to talk about that.
They're bringing up here fucking Charlotte Reed's heroin death.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
You forgot about that?
Well, yeah, because I just don't care. Apparently, Charlotte was cool with it.
Bullshit.
Apparently, the only person in the Flair family who wasn't okay with it was Reed's mom.
Oh,
Rick definitely made like he was not fond of that decision. The way he said it, like he didn't want to step on his toes or step on any opportunities he may have. But he basically said, "Yeah, if I was in the back and if I had any stroke, I probably would have said no."
I was gonna save
Paraphrase.
I was gonna talk a little bit about the transition between NXT and WWE at the end of the show, but I'll talk a bit about it now. WWE can't do simple. They just can't.
No,
and that's
no, they
and
can't.
that's why NXT feels like such a breath of fresh air a lot of times, because 90% of the time the storyline is, I have a championship belt. Person A has a championship belt. Person B wants a championship belt, wants to prove themselves, and wants to win. That's your storyline. And it's
Yeah,
interesting.
and it's
WWE doesn't do
simple.
that. They've always got to go, like, no, we got to go bigger. We got to go harder. We got to make it edgy.
It's got to be entertainment. Can't be wrestling. It's got to be entertainment. And so you get these soap opera storylines, or these storylines that fight all logic because Vince wants this person to be this. And is there a reason why I haven't been here for a year?
I don't know. Why haven't you been here for a year? Because this is therapeutic to me. Charlotte
Yeah, I just
in
don't watch Raw.
Yeah,
That puts like
Charlotte in NXT was this. Well, I'm actually a heel, but I'm gonna help out Bailey because, yeah, well, for whatever reason, I'll help out Bailey even though I'm a heel. But up here in the main roster, it's like the story just the Divas Revolution, I think, is kind of dead. I hate to say it.
It was dead on arrival.
And it was dead when they didn't have Charlotte actually break Nikki Bella's record, Nikki Bella's streak. Instead, they gave Nikki Bella the streak, so now they don't got to reference AJ, except they are continuing to reference AJ every time. It's like, when Paige showed up, she beat AJ for the title. Were we supposed to have mentioned that? Shut up. Let Michael Cole get all the heat. I'm too busy not talking. Should I start that? Yes. It's easier this way. But I like to talk. Shut up, JBL. You shut up, King. Yeah. But again, it's like, why did we give Paige this accolade if we're all of a sudden going to hate AJ? It's like, why don't you just not hate AJ and Punk and just admit to yourselves that you did somebody dirty? And because you did somebody dirty, you lost two great talents who are probably...
No, WWE's too short-sighted in that mind.
Yeah, that's true.
Although, from what I know, you were praising him before, but it's Triple H who has the problem with Punk, not Vince.
Well, both of them actually have a problem with Punk, and Triple H's problem with Punk is he walked out on us. What's to stop him from walking out on us again?
Well, no, there was a whole bunch from the. To be fair, I'm basing this off the Punk podcast, so some might think he was bullshitting the whole fine, and that's fine. He has no evidence to back up his claims, but I do believe him.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like him and Triple H just were always feuding, and from what I heard from the podcast, it seems like Vince, in his crazy, coke and headshot scrambled brains, thought he was doing good for Punk.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah, again, like I said before, Vince tries.
I don't think I don't think Vince actually does try, but
I do remember reading a quote from him saying he would be willing to sit down with Punk and chalk out a new contract with him if he was ever willing to. Now, admittedly, I'd assume he'd say that because there's probably no way in hell that would ever happen.
Well, no, and
But
he wants to seem
it.
Vince wants to seem like he's the bigger man. The thing is, we all know that Vince McMahon is
he's a tiny man.
Yeah, he's a tiny man,
petty, angry man.
Yeah, and everybody knows about this. So, I just I just think that the only way that you'd ever get Punk back is to admit you did him wrong. And since you're never going to do that, he's just going to sit there doing what he wants to do, living his life, not being in constant pain, and realizing, I did this for about 20 years. I don't need to go back to it anymore. I'm having fun. Yeah. And look, I've got a nice bendy wife to play with. So,
oh, Jesus.
Couldn't resist.
But we say about that now. What happens if during this time off, Cena comes to the same conclusion?
Yeah.
Well, Cena doesn't have the bendy wife to play with, but
he's got more money than Punk.
He definitely has more money than Punk. But that's
Cena's too much of a corporate man to just turn his back on WWE. At least the same way Punk did. He's close to retirement, but I assume he'd take a Legends contract or something.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know.
Plus, maybe he wants to try and get a Hollywood foothold. Like I think that might be part of his. I know. It's a laughable thing to suggest.
The whole angle was that I will never abandon WWE like The Rock did.
Well, I don't know. Did anyone else see Trainwreck? He was pretty good in that. I'll give him that.
Yeah, the scenes I've seen is like, well, now, I didn't know John Cena could actually be funny.
Well, when he's not fucking doing those horrible WWE scripts, both in the ring and in the movies.
Yeah, when he's actually got a competent right. Well, okay.
I do get Perverse Predator out of the Marines simply because it was fucking Explosion, the motion picture.
You couldn't get more explosion unless you hired Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Hey, weren't we talking about the Divas title match?
Yeah, I don't even remember what brought us to this.
I think it's because I was talking about AJ.
Ah, right.
Yeah, what brought us to this was essentially the fact that, like, I don't watch Raw anymore. I just watch the pay-per-views, but the match that I saw between them on Raw was more entertaining than this one. So I'll sum it up thusly.
Go ahead.
I think he did.
Is that the joke?
I think it is.
All right, fair enough.
I just spoke backwards. Sorry, I should have said I'll sum it up thusly and then said what I said prior to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that pretty much sums it up. It's a whole bunch of meh.
Yeah.
It was the action was fine, but the story just is. Yeah. Just yeah. So but yeah, again, Paige retains, but the whole time
wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry. Charlotte retains with the figure 8, which still, to me, the logistics of bridging, I just don't see it hurting more. But I guess it does.
Nor do I see it resulting in the name figure 8, but that's like them using the term Soul Survivor.
Yeah.
Well, no. When she was on NXT, they'd always say it's like she calls it that because it hurts twice as much as her daddy's. Which I don't buy, but okay, I'll go with it.
Yeah.
I've always loved that they're always putting over the figure 4. When the whole point of the figure 4 was it was a move that could cause Flair's hubris to come back on him because you could flip it over because he was a heel.
Yeah. So we go to the panel because that's a thing now in these pay-per-views. And everybody gets to talk about how it's brother versus brother. And, yeah. And also, I don't care either. So we have our next match, which is Pretty versus Formerly Pretty. Tyler Breeze versus Dolph Ziggler.
AKA the match we give a person we just brought up from NXT to make them think that they're actually going to be used in some capacity.
Yep.
Oh God,
Tyler. It's pretty much to echo your designation. It's tacky, but in a very good, deliberate way. Against what the fuck is that shit, Ziggler? Too much.
Dolph is on his way. By the way, guys, Dolph is saying he's on his way out. He's saying he's got another 2 years before he's done. and it shows.
It's been 2 years for the past 6, Dolph.
Dolph, seriously, either shit or get off the pot, because
Yeah,
now you're just being petty.
remember when he was talking about leaving, and then they offered him some fucking WWE movie, and he couldn't sign that contract fast enough?
I get that he wants to branch out, but it's never gonna happen with the WWE. Especially with you using the Famouser as a fucking move. Which, by the way, they can't call it the Famouser because of what happened with Billy Gunn. And wasn't even for NXT. He was doing a bodybuilding competition.
They could call it for whatever reason the Needle-esser.
Yeah.
Wait,
wow.
what?
Yeah. Oh, Billy Gunn. Wait, Revolver Man, did you not know that Billy Gunn got fired by the WWE?
Oh, I thought you were talking about something Ziggler does. Like, what is he, shooting heroin or something?
No, because let me explain. When the common conception, I'm not sure whether it's a misconception or not, is that when you take performance-enhancing drugs such as steroids, you put a needle to your ass.
And now I get it.
Anyways, Tyler
I have
wins.
2 degrees.
Tyler
With the
wins. He takes a
unprettier.
selfie with Summer Rae.
He wins with the unprettier. And they call it the unprettier. They don't call it the kill switch. And I'm so happy that Tyler Breeze got the unprettier because it makes sense.
It's one of those.
And it looked a
Yeah,
fuckload
it's one of
better
those
than
rare
when Christian
instances
did
where
it.
someone adopts another move for a reason. Although Ziggler having the Famouser, actually, yeah, that works.
Yeah. Again, it works because Tyler Breeze thinks he's so pretty. He kind of is. And it's like, yeah, I'll use the unprettier for my finisher. I don't need to use the beauty shot or the supermodel kick. In fact, I like the unprettier. It's a better move for me. Tyler, get out of character. Oh, I'm sorry. So what were you saying, boss? Yeah, you're gonna go over to Ziggler. Awesome. And then do I get a title shot like I was supposed to do in NXT?
We'll get to it. Anyways,
Yeah.
let's move on.
We'll owe you one.
We've got Kane and The Undertaker versus the Wyatt family.
And you know what? It was supposed to be 2-on-2. It turned it to 2-on-4.
Well, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
What happened in this match?
What happened in this match is Luke Harper, you need to be behind Bray Wyatt instead of being to the side. I know Braun Strowman is taller than you, but seriously, he's wearing the black sheep mask. Eric Rowan wears the white sheep mask. Let's get a little symmetry here, people. I'm sorry. That still bothers me.
No, you're not.
Well, guess what? New stars were moved over.
Yeah, this sucked.
It wasn't the fucking entrance for the Undertaker and Kane took so fucking long. I think they timed it at like 5 minutes, 30 seconds for the Undertaker to finally come out from the back and start slowly walking to...
Yeah. Well, the Wyatt family, yeah.
Is he there yet? No, he's not. Okay, good. I can make Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, seriously.
Yeah, this was the bathroom break. You didn't have to take it during a match.
It was like, I was like, how long is he gonna? I mean, by the way, just to say this, Undertaker looked to be in the best shape. I've seen him in the past 2 years.
I wonder if that motherfucker's pissing in a cup.
Of course he is. Of course he is. I mean, how would you doubt the integrity of the Undertaker? My God, Revolver Man. Do we have to send you to whatever island we sent Matt the Paranoid Cat to?
We're referencing 2010 all up in here this time. But, so yeah, even though Kane and Taker fucking destroyed the Wyatt family on Raw,
we get to see it again in a match. So
yeah.
it counts.
Yeah, like, if Wyatt and Harper won, who the fuck cares? And they didn't, so
I don't care.
Now Bray's just gonna pretend like nothing happened. He'll move on to this next feud. It'll probably be fucking Roman again.
The Wyatt family is literally just dead in the water at this point. In fact, there's no point in me saying that. It's been like that for months.
Yep.
And now, by the way, here's my favorite part. At the beginning of the match, Eric Rowan rushes The Undertaker and Kane. Like, the rest of the Wyatt family is going to be following him. And eats a double chokeslam that was so powerful, it exploded him into his component atom. And he was not seen again that night. And so the match will be Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper with Braun Strowman waiting for his spot. And what is his spot? His spot is to be double chokeslammed through the Spanish announce table.
This is really just a conveyor belt of burial.
I mean, before this, they kept bringing up this package of, talking about The Undertaker, 25 years. He's outlasted Triple H. He outlasted HBK. He outlasted Stone Cold. And they were talking about how, if you can hang in a match with The Undertaker, you've got it made. Well, no, that's not true, because he never actually, he hasn't put anybody over in, I don't know, what, 10 years, I want to say? Who's less?
Technically Brock Lesnar, but really...
He got that back.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he got that back at with the screw job finish.
Yeah.
He tapped. Yeah. He tapped at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And then, then Brock Lesnar put him down for good at Hell in a Cell, and Bray Wyatt started this whole thing by carting his carcass off, and it's like,
yeah.
Why? Again, Taker hasn't put over anybody, and at this point in his career, he's not interested in putting over anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and when you think about it, this is yet another sort of notch in the against the fucking belt of Roman Reigns, being that the entire hype for this pay-per-view is not the title tournament, but Undertaker's 25 years. That didn't lead to a result putting anyone that they need in the long term over. Holy shit.
Yeah. Gotta appease Undertaker. Why? Well, he's been with the company 25 years. That's admirable and everything, and I get that, but
guess who's been in the company for 30? Brooklyn Brawler! It doesn't fucking matter. Undertaker, you're old, you're worthless, fucking retire.
And do it before WrestleMania, so I don't have to have another endless hype of that.
Oh, yeah. Again, where they pretend the streak isn't over.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, and it's funny, because I was actually going to say, like, I wouldn't mind conceding appease the Undertaker. I think he does deserve it. However, I think he'd argue against, like, him going over in a lot of cases. Matter of fact, the only thing that I'd argue against for appeasing him is when he suggests that Brock Lesnar beat him at WrestleMania.
I would have gone, you really want to give the streak to Lesnar? We've got this very freaky guy who's got, okay, you want to give it to Lesnar, whatever. I'm just amazed that I can't even do my Vince McMahon voice.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar, a man who loves this company so much he didn't bother to appear on the show.
Yeah.
God, I fucking hate Brock Lesnar.
I
fucking do. Like, 13 years ago, when Stone Cold retired because he didn't want to put over Brock Lesnar, I thought he was a fucking asshole. Now I applaud you. Good job, Stone Cold. Good on you.
I think the entire dark match is in conjecture is in agreement with you in hating Brock Lesnar.
Well, I don't hate Lesnar. I don't believe his tough man thing for one reason.
What?
If I walked up to him and punched him in the gut, I might kill him.
And
Ooh.
I think you might be able to get away with murder.
So I really don't believe Brock is a tough guy when he's got a big fuck me button right in the middle of his torso.
Yeah. So Undertaker and Kane win with a nice tombstone on Harper, and really, what more can you do with the Wyatt family to bury them, Vince? What more?
Oh, they weren't buried. What? Bray didn't need the pin. They weren't buried. What are you kidding me? Come on, Iron
Vince, come here for a second. Okay, you see, I'm going to take you to this nice place. It's called Disneyland. It's not really Disneyland. It's my closet. I'm going to tie him up and hopefully...
Whoa! Whoa, Iron
Okay.
Keep your face out of this.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have lawyers, so like.
No Leaf isn't here right now, so we don't have anyone to eat the legal costs. So, move on.
Yeah, moving on to the finals of the World Heavyweight Title Tournament. Roman Reigns wins.
Yeah, there's no point talking about this match. We knew how it was going to end once it started.
Okay,
it was dreadfully short.
The action was good. It was just really short. The spear comes out of nowhere. Doesn't even seem like a finish to the match either.
Nope.
It was just, here's a spear. Really, this is it? There's no build up to this? This is just spear and pin?
I felt like it's because they gave so much time to the Undertaker and Kane match that they probably didn't have enough time to do a whole match with this.
And it's like, you guys know oh, that's right, you're still on pay-per-view. Okay, now I get it. So after the match, we have the celebration. There's confetti flying. I'm actually... Oh, speaking of which, this crowd was actually behind Roman at times. So the mess... I mean, I know we've been complaining about this all show, but he's actually connecting with the crowd at certain points. So
before you go on, I have to admit, I am a huge fan for the confetti spot. I love it when a new champion, especially if it's their first time, or even if it's been a long time, gets confetti for their win.
It does make it a little special.
Although it is weird when it's like colored for them. Because it was colored for them. Like, what would happen if Ambrose won? What if, like, Del Rio, like, they have Mexican colored confetti just...
No, actually, my favorite time of that ever happening was a random episode of Impact. They had Jay Lethal win the X Division title.
Oh, that's
and they had his color, and they had confetti matching his tights come down afterwards.
Oh, that's right.
For no reason. It wasn't the main event. It was just a match in the middle where he won the X Division title.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was much pointed out.
So wait, was this just like a singles match for the X Division, or was it like a multiple man?
It was one-on-one. I forget who he was going against, but yeah, it wasn't announced. No build-up. It's just like, here's this match.
And we're going to treat it like it's the best thing ever because we care about the X Division.
And of course, since it was Jay Lethal, he hadn't been on TV for months before this.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right. That's when we were playing the game of what gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
I like that game. I don't want to watch TNA again, but God, can they die? I just want to have our final show with them. Anyways,
they never will die because Panda Energy would rather take the hit than let Dixie take over that company.
Yeah.
By the way, they're now on the former TV Guide channel. It gets into more homes than Destination America ever could. But honestly, how many people knew that channel was still used for something? Yeah. Let's finish this up so we can, really start bitching. As the confetti falls and Reigns' music plays and he celebrates, out comes Triple H. And he's like, yeah, you won. Here, I'm going to raise your arm. Yeah, this is the man. This is great. Yeah, I believed in him. Would you like to have a handshake? No. Spear to Triple H. And as Reigns is, going, that's what I said. Now shove it. He gets a broke kick from Sheamus. And there's Sheamus cashing in, folks. And winning.
Sheamus, okay, guys, I want you to sit down and think about this. Sheamus is now the master of the 18 seconds.
If they really wanted to put Roman over, they should have had him win.
Yeah, thank you.
That would have been the perfect thing to do, because I thought that's what they were going to do at first, because he kicked out of the first brogue kick.
Yeah, he kicked out. It's like, okay, so Reigns is gonna spear him and no, another brogue kick. What?
Because it's that bizarre mindset where, again, Punk talks about this in his podcast with Colt Cabana. Well, you're going to be going over the Shield, but you got to make Roman look strong. So they're trying to make Roman look strong while they still want to book him as an underdog, because
he doesn't fit as an underdog. You know what he does fit? He does fit the I'm going to just win because I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to win because no matter what you put in front of me, I'm just going to run over. It doesn't matter. I'm not an underdog. I'm the dog. I'm the top dog. No, you're going to be the underdog. Well, fuck, I can't connect with the crowd like that. I don't work like that. And it's like, Vince, do you not understand how this works? You can't tell the crowd who they want to cheer for, because they're just going to tear your throat out. And you wonder why your show just dipped under 3 for the first time in a decade.
It's rapidly approaching TNA levels, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they're having trouble keeping people in the crowd for SmackDown.
And that's sad.
WWE's their house shows are reaching TNA levels. That's no joke, which is a shame because their house shows are actually fucking fun.
The only possibility I could see salvaging just Sheamus as a champ is if what they're going to do is have Daniel Bryan, and before anyone says anything, Daniel Bryan return at the Rumble, him winning the Rumble, and Sheamus remains champion until Mania, essentially hounding Daniel Bryan, trolling him with the whole, like, I beat you in 18 seconds in 2012. Like, what are you going to do against me? You may have had your WrestleMania moment, but not against me.
That would be good. That would be good, but it hinges on 2 things. A, Daniel Bryan being in good enough physical condition to get there, and staying in good enough physical condition, because, let's face it. And B, WWE pulling its head out of its ass.
Oh, I agree. This could be a sign of them at least doing it to that end, but, like, the whole, I mean, I hate to cry conspiracy at certain things, but the whole, like, WWE doctors won't clear him to wrestle, even though he has someone that he knows who said, oh, you'd be fine. That's like the whole. So now he's going to a third doctor to get a clearance.
Yeah, he's going for the rubber match doctor.
Essentially, and you even have people like Jim Ross on his blog saying, if WWE doesn't clear him to go, I say he shouldn't go. What if this is like yet another, perhaps even smarter sort of meta angle of like the fans probably wanting him to be back in there, despite those at WWE saying, no, you can't do it.
Well,
it's not really a conspiracy. It's pretty much for sure.
Well, here's the thing. Spoonie was talking about this on Twitter about the most recent NXT show, how they brought in Michael Cole and Charles Robinson to sign 2 matches, essentially going around both Regal and the NXT officiating team. his theory is because the roster is so thin, NXT is going to invade the main roster.
Oh, good.
And
Nexus 2.0.
only this time with an entire company of wrestlers instead of just...
Oh, good. Invasion 2.0.
No, Invasion 3.0.
What do you consider Nexus 2.0?
No, I consider Nexus NWO version 5.
You must not be counting TNA then.
I don't count TNA for shit. But his theory is this is a meta angle, and that would work. Except I have no absolute confidence in fucking Vince McMahon pulling off such a meta angle. I just think it's Triple H going, I can pull off these types of meta angles, because I'm not listening to 30 guys trying to make this product into a soap opera.
If Vince ever goes for that, it's just going to be to put over the WWE guys he wants to put over. Yeah, I've got to talk about what I got to talk about now.
All right, let her rip. I
hate to say this, but I have fallen out of love with NXT. And I'll tell you why. I watch NXT, and they bill it as the future of WWE. Well, let me tell you this. The future sucks. Because I watch NXT, and NXT is amazing. I love Finn Balor. I love watching that guy wrestle. But I know what his future is. His future is going to be jobbing to Roman Reigns. That's it. There is nothing waiting for these NXT rookies except just being shuffled off to the sidelines and forgotten about, or jobbing. Maybe there will be a few exceptions, like Vince likes Roman Reigns. He started out in NXT. He got brought up. He's now the guy they want to focus on. But that's one out of however many guys that have come up from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And Seth Rollins, I don't count that as kind of like... I don't really count that because, yeah, he was WWE champion, but it wasn't to put over Seth Rollins. It was to put over the authority and to give Roman Reigns someone to go after. Now, that never came through because Rollins got injured. But again, this was not for his benefit. Anyone who comes up from NXT, they do not have a future to look forward to. They have a future of obscurity. That is all that is waiting for. And it sucks because I'm watching all these amazing wrestlers. Kevin Owens is Intercontinental Champion. That doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. Because what does that even mean? Is he defending it on a weekly basis? No. Does he have any special sort of matches? No. Is he in contention for the WWE title? Not anymore.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this earlier with the Divas matches. Remember Bayley versus Sasha Banks? What was the entire build-up to that? Sasha is champion. Bayley wants to be champion. Sasha doesn't want Bayley to be champion, so she's going to kick her ass to say that, no, you are not a champion. And Bayley says, yes, I am. And she beat her. That was awesome. The match between Paige and Charlotte tonight was bullshit.
Yeah, because the story was soap opera bullshit.
Yes. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Tyler Breeze is gone from NXT. Kevin Owens is gone from NXT. Sami Zayn, I don't know how long he's got before his injury. Yeah, he's coming back, but he'll probably just go right to the main roster.
Yeah.
So why should I be excited for NXT when I know this is all just a temporary reprieve? That all I have to look forward to seeing these wrestlers in the future is fucking nothing.
I'm sorry to go back to the Divas thing, but this fucking half-work, half-shoot Russo wannabe bullshit is so bad when how pissed they are about Lana and the Rusev thing.
Oh God! Don't even get me fucking started on that bullshit.
We fucking didn't even mention a word of that in the Rusev. Well, was he even in a match? I don't remember.
No, he wasn't.
No, he came back on Raw the next night.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
As backup for Sheamus.
Yeah, Sheamus has like the European Union now, I guess, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I'm so happy Cesaro is not going to be a part of this bullshit. Because
he'd be the guy eating the pins for the Union.
Yeah, basically. So it's like I don't get this. Sheamus is like, is he a part of the Authority? No, he's got his own little thing.
You know what this is now? This is Immortal.
Oh,
because Immortal had
God damn it.
Stupid sub-factions in it too.
Shoot, Vince McMahon. Just
Never mind that the Authority's gone on for, what, 2.5 years now? The Corporation, which was way better, was like, what, a 4-month angle? 6 if you count the corporate ministry?
At this point in time, I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon is Principal Skinner looking at this abandoned 4-H clubhouse going, am I out of touch? No. It's the children who are wrong. Because he doesn't get it. He doesn't get that Daniel Bryan got over because people liked his work ethic and the fact that he's short enough that you could believe that you could be in the ring doing that sort of shit. You know.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing that at this point Vince's fucking, larger than life mastodons don't look good anymore. People think they're a fucking joke.
Look at Big Show. I know nobody does, but look at Big Show. Where was he on this card? Nowhere to be found.
He was too busy vaping.
You've got this fucking disconnect. You see what Triple H wants to do, but then you see what Vince is actually doing, and you go, this is a power struggle. And it's very obvious that Triple H doesn't want to rock the boat that badly, but I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel right now. And like I said before, Roman Reigns does not work as an underdog. He works as the guy who goes, that's something I want. I'm just going to go through everybody. On Raw, the very next night, you know what Roman Reigns does? He rips through Barrett and Rusev. Rips through them.
What a fucking underdog.
And the crowd is behind this. They're actually chanting his name.
I question that. Ugh.
I don't. Because I want it to be. I want Roman and I want him to get over in something other than, oh, you're an underdog.
Well, they want because they saw how over Bryan was. They want that to be Roman, so they're gonna push the underdog. But at the same time, they never want Roman to look weak. So we're gonna get this weird hybrid system where, he wins everything, but he never wins.
That's pretty.
Do you know how fucking horrible that sounds? He's going to never be bested, but he'll never win. This is NWO. Remember how fucking insufferable it was that no matter what, the NWO would always win? That's going to be Roman, except reversed.
Yeah, that's just sad. Let's wrap this up,
or
guys.
Even forget the logistical sort of match point of view. It's like the whole problem with Diesel. It's someone who just square peg round hole. Simple as that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the look. He doesn't have the kind of attitude. He doesn't have the aesthetic, the presentation, the delivery, the size for the type of thing they're saddling him with.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that his gimmick is still, I used to be in the Shield.
Yeah, he hasn't evolved beyond that. And I do believe that.
Well.
So, let's wrap this up, guys, with it's all HBK's fault. So,
we're still doing that gimmick? Fuck, I shouldn't have come back.
Really? You're going to play that game?
It's all HBK's fault that we're still doing this.
If you get another gimmick, I'd love to hear that we can do instead.
I'll think of something for the next time.
All right. It's all HBK's fault that Reed Flair got brought up.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Yeah, me too. Because I was thinking about going there, but I thought that would be in bad taste.
It's all HBK's fault that when Finn Balor comes up to the main roster and JBL and Michael Cole sees him, they're going to be cackling and saying, "Look at how goofy he looks."
It's wee cousin Fergie.
Oh my God.
Oh. Just. Oh, it's all HBK's fault because fuck that.
Here are the plugs, guys. Be sure to chat with us at piledriverwrestling.net, where we are part of the OSW Podcast Network. Listen to the great content like OSW Review, the Attitude Era Podcast, the New Generation Podcast, and the New Blood Rising Podcast, and join the community to discuss all things wrestling and MMA. You can follow us on Twitter at DarkMatchPod, like us on Facebook at DarkMatch Podcast, and subscribe on YouTube at DarkMatch Podcast. And you can subscribe to the audio version of our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, and on Podbean. And make sure you leave a comment and review the show. Review us. I like being reviewed. It's meta. It's so meta.
And that's what's in now.
Ugh. This is the Dark Match.
The
Like it or
darkest
hate
match.
it. Like it or hate it, this is what we do. And I'm Iron Bite. That's Christopher Says. That's
Sure
Revolver Man. That's Backlash. Good night and good luck.